I always thought I was doing everything right. Married for 13 years, 2 beautiful children. I worked long hours, yes, but every weekend I made it count. Pancake Sundays, movie nights, bedtime stories. I believed love meant consistency, showing up, and she used that belief against me. The signs were there, subtle at first. Locked phones, distant eyes. But I trusted her. The woman I married at 26, the one who once called me her anchor. I chalked it up to burnout, the kind all couples face after years of juggling jobs, kids, bills. I asked her once, "Are we okay?" She smiled and said, "Just tired." But lies don't stay quiet forever. I found out through my daughter, 8 years old, innocent. She came home from her mom's house and said, "Mommy's friend picked me up from school today. He brought cupcakes. Is he your friend too?" My blood turned to ice. That night, I checked the shared iCloud backups. Old habit, she never logged out. I shouldn't have, but I did. The truth bled across the screen. Hundreds of messages, photos, hotel bookings, voice memos, and worst of all, jokes made about me. "He still thinks I'm at the conference," she texted. "Poor guy works so hard. At least one of us is having fun." My world collapsed in one click. They had been seeing each other for over a year. A coworker, 10 years younger. He was in our home when I wasn't. He knew my kids by name. He had taken them to the park. I confronted her the next day. She didn't deny it. In fact, she was relieved. "It's over anyway," she said. "You haven't touched me in months." I stood there, trying to hold back every emotion tearing through me. I said, "You let him meet our kids." She looked at me coldly and replied, "They like him." I moved out within a week, got a small apartment, folded up my life into boxes and suitcases. I called a lawyer, filed for custody. What I didn't expect was how quickly she rewrote the narrative. Suddenly, I was the absent father, the one who worked too much, the one who left. She told our children I was angry, unstable, mean. They stopped calling me dad, started calling me by my first name. My son refused to stay the night. My daughter hid behind her mom when I came for pickup. I cried more that year than I had in my entire life. In court, none of it mattered. We lived in a no-fault divorce state. Cheating didn't influence custody. They said she was the primary caregiver, that the kids were settled with her. I got weekends and Wednesdays, like a visitor. But I never stopped showing up. Every Friday, I bought their favorite snacks. I decorated my apartment with their drawings. I made blanket forts, learned TikTok dances I didn't understand, watched Frozen 100 times. Eventually, cracks appeared. One day, my daughter fell off her bike during our weekend. She screamed for me. Not for her mom, for me. I picked her up, bandaged her knee, and she said, "Thanks, Dad." That word, Dad, cut through a year of pain. Slowly, it came back. The hugs, the bedtime calls, the trust. I started documenting everything. Missed handoffs, confusing messages, emotional distance the kids expressed. With enough evidence, my lawyer filed for a custody review. The judge, hesitant but fair, granted shared custody, 50-50. It's not perfect. My kids still live in 2 homes. They still call him Mom's friend. But they know who I am now. Not because I told them, but because I proved it, over time. I don't hate her anymore. That kind of anger just eats you alive. What hurts most is how easy it was for her to erase me, to lie to them and to herself. But I've stopped trying to make sense of her betrayal. Now I focus on what I can control. Every hug, every bedtime story, every "I love you, Dad." That's the life I rebuilt from the ashes she left behind.